All right, y'all. Practice officially started today. It is officially, in my opinion, game week. Got the game wardrobe ready to go. All right, y'all. Let's talk about it. We're gonna do some enemy intel, guys. I'm gonna break down this Washington. I don't know what to call you offense. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the Turners, the Turner family, and the Air Coryell offense, and I'll tell you exactly what to expect to see on Sunday. All right, y'all. Let's get it. What's up, Eagles Nation? What's going on, NFL World? How you doing, Division Rivals? This is Steven Hyder with Gate City Sports Channel, the sports channel where the cerebral NFL fan comes for about 10 minutes of daily content. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever it is you get around to watching us. Once again, guys, my name is Steven Hyder, and this is Gate City Sports Channel. All right, y'all, today's topic. Listen, we're going to talk about what our defense is going to be lining up against on Sunday. Out is the old Washington Redskin Washington, I don't know what to call you offense. Sorry, I almost messed it up there. In is the new, right? We have Scott Turner coming in. Scott Turner being a former quarterback coach. He's been a coordinator at some college level stuff before. Last month or so, the season last year when Rivera got the axe, they elevated him as the play caller and the coordinator, I believe. So we're going to get a chance to see what he can do. Now, I do think that, with Ron Rivera still retaining him, that's interesting to me because clearly there's a lot of respect here between the Turner family and the Riveras. So, that's one element to this. But I want to talk about the staples of what this offense is. If you guys don't know what this is a spread offense. We're going up against a spread offense concept, okay? This is very much entrenched and grounded in that old Dan Fouts, 1970s San Diego Chargers, Dan Coryell's offense. Or I think it was actually Don Coryell, my bad. Offense. It's Air Coryell. This is a spread offense combination. What I've seen from this particular team when they were in Carolina, and I've seen a lot of games, guys. Just to be honest with you, I've saw a lot of games here in North Carolina because obviously I live in North Carolina now. So I get a lot of coverage here. With that said, this is an intriguing offense because of the wrinkles that the Turner family brought to it. I'm assuming that some of the things that we have seen under Norv Turner will probably be passed along and brought forth by Scott Turner. So you're going to see a lot of pre-snap motion, guys, and I'll give you a little instance of what that looks like. You can see that running back motions from the split out position back to the backfield. Carolina's actually in 21-man personnel. They got two running backs. They've got two wide receivers and one tight end. Let's watch how this play rolls out. Running backs hold the linebackers. Both the receivers run out that middle of the field open. Boom, big completion to the tight end. You're going to notice motion, guys, and what was dynamic about the Carolina offense was that they would motion running backs at the same rate that they would motion tight ends, at the same rate that they would motion wide receivers. It was definitely a pre-snap motion offense for you to tip your hand on what your coverage was. When you play a spread concept, especially Norv Turner's version of the spread concept, I will tell you this. It is a zone beater. They will kill you in zone if you are not very disciplined, okay? And there are some dead giveaways to a Norv Turner style offense, and I'll give you some of the basic personnel frequencies here. So Norv Turner's offense, and this was pretty much, I'll even get to a further point. I won't give it away right yet, but okay. 11-man personnel, 68% of snaps, all right? 12-man personnel, 18% of snaps. 22-man personnel, 7% of snaps. 21-man personnel, 6% of snaps, not slaps. All right. What you got here is a lot of two-back sets, a lot of two tight end set, and then three wide receiver. That's their offense. In and out motion. It's an offense that is surrounded by versatility. They had Samuels out there in Carolina, mixed in with McCaffrey. You kind of come back here and you look at Gibson and some of the other running backs in that room. They have a lot of guys that are receiving backs. I expect to see a lot of motion out of this offense. One of the things you will definitely see, and I think that Terry McLaurin is going to be a very good fit for them in this offense, is the spread concept is they look for the middle of the field being open. They want what's called a MOFO, middle of the field open, okay? As opposed to MOFC, middle of the field closed. And they use a lot of that motion to basically get you to show us whether you're going to open or close the middle of the field. Speaking of versatile pieces, here goes DJ Moore into the backfield. Safety comes down. Middle of the field is now wide open if you play this correctly. They like to attack by the middle of the field. If this is reminding you of anyone, it should. Because Doug Peterson is very much he comes from the Andy Reid coaching tree, which is a combination of West Coast offense concepts mixed in with that spread, okay? They mix in a little with the spread. You'll see a lot of things like sail routes when it comes to what I saw on film from the Carolina Panthers. All right, watch our boundary side receiver. Motion his way back inside. Looks like it's going to be a running play. Now you're going to see, as we get to the hike, you're going to see a sail route. You got your guy down on the field side going deep vertically. You got beside him going an underneath kind of sail route, and then you got that underneath route. Sail route is just trying to work that intermediate route. You got one guy clearing out the coverage. You got another guy drawing the eyes of the coverage down low, and then you kind of hit that medium, the intermediate level route, guys. That's the purpose of a sail route. You'll see a lot of that kind of stuff, guys. This offense will do a lot with their receivers, and this is why I said Terry McLaurin is a pretty good fit for this. If you watch just how often they motion either their X or their Y, and it's normally the Y receiver, since your Y receiver is generally speaking your motion receiver, you can just see just how often they're moving in and out with this receiver. They do a lot by doing this to basically sell you on, is this a block? Are they blocking? This is a run block, right? Are they motioning to try to get a free release for one of the guys? Like, right, it makes it hard to jam a receiver if they're constantly in motion. And that's definitely one of the things you're going to see from this offense. From the starters, there's going to be a ton of motions. They will be very versatile in the amount of times that they're using 2 back sets compared to 2 tight end sets compared to 3 receiver sets, okay? You're going to see that variability quite often, right? Here's what I will say. Well, I think that you look at a guy like when Scott Turner did take over play calling, when he did take over as offensive coordinator, they definitely evolved more into 3 receiver sets, 11-man personnel. As a matter of fact, they went from 68% to 76% in the month of December. That's when Scott Turner took over. They still stayed quite a bit with 2 tight end sets. I mean, they were still like 17%. There's like a 1% reduction there. But their 2 back sets decreased drastically, right? They went from being 7 and 6% to 3 and 3%. That's a pretty big difference, right? I mean, they went from being essentially 13% to 6%. That's a big swift. That's a big change here. Now, as I look at Washington's personnel, I do think that Scott Turner will have to rely on Norv Turner's like offense. He's going to go back more to that 2-back set because Washington's strength probably is still the running back room, even though they've lost a lot there. I mean, I think they cut Geis, right? They did cut Geis. It's not they probably did. They cut AP, they cut Geis. Like, even though they've lost some guys there, it's still a relative strength of theirs. I think Gibson is a wonderful fit for this organization. I won't lie. I'm not going to sit there and be disingenuous about this, guys. He's a really great fit for their offense. I think Terry McLaurin is a very good fit for their offense. I think the rest of their pieces are a little questionable, though. They don't really have a tight end that really is dependable, that you really can count on here. Some of their receivers are more strong possession, balanced, guys. I mean, Gandy Golden is going to be a really good red zone target, but he's got a lot to do when it comes to route running and not just using brute strength to get by people. Like, there's going to be some issues with that. But I do think he'll be a very good red zone target for them. I don't know that they have the right fits, though, to run this spread offense, right? You still need some guys. I know they have the other Quinn. I know they had like 2 Quins. They have another Quinn who's got a little speed to him. You're going to need some speed guys. Like, you're going to need some speed guys for this to work. They got a couple of pieces, I think, that are really good fits here. You can see where it's starting. They got other pieces they're going to have to work on. In the end, what do I think about this offense? I'll put it simply. You got to be careful with McLaurin in this offense. They're going to try to scheme things to get McLaurin open, right? And then their backup is going to be to basically eat you alive underneath if they can't get McLaurin. They're going to eat you underneath with Gibson. Because Gibson is a motion guy. He's a guy that you can play outside, bring him back into the backfield, start him in the backfield, motion him out. Be ready. They're going to use a ton of motion guys. That part I can tell you. What it comes down to me is, are the Eagles going to be diverse enough now themselves to not play too much cover 3? We're going to be, to me, we need to be more cover 1 in this game. We need to be a little bit more man rather than a zone concept. I think the way you shut this down is by having good enough man coverage to shut it down. Because if you make mistakes in zone and you open up that middle of the field, they're going to pick you apart. They're going to methodically march the field on you. That's the same thing Carolina did. Then they're going to get you in the red zone. They're going to use their red zone targets. That's what they do, guys. That's what this offense was built around in Carolina too. So to me, that's this offense in a nutshell, y'all. All right, y'all. Leave your comments down below. Tell me what you think. I'm telling you right now, I think that Darius Slay is a big signing here. I think that Nickell Robey-Coleman, huge signing, and can Avonte Maddox step in and do enough, right? We got Jalen Mills out there who can come down and play if we have to. Rodney McLeod, like, these guys are going to have to lock these guys down, or else they might methodically move the field, which is going to keep us on the sideline. When you have an explosive offense, what you want to do to keep yourself in the game is keep that offense on the sideline. I think they know that we're a much more explosive offense than they are. So what's the counter to that? Well, we'll march you down, wear your defense out, and we'll try to beat you in a lower scoring game. That's going to be their game plan, in my opinion. All right, y'all. Peace. I'm out of here. Let me know what you think. Like I said, leave your comments down below. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. This isn't my official, like, kind of video. Tomorrow will be my official, like, preview video of the matchup. So, all right, y'all. Peace. I'm out of here. Later, guys.